Hey, my name is Megan DeHaas, and I'm going to tell you a little something about photography and ICT. Prior to making this video, I haven't really put a lot of thought into how photography and ICT were related, and I know it sounds very weird that I would think that they're not related because I'm making a video about it, but I thought photography was more visual, right? But after some third-party opinions I discussed with my professors and I researched a lot, I realized that I was given a very valid point. The technology industry is actually a very visual industry. So after that revelation, it just became a lot clearer to me and probably a lot easier to make this video. Now, zeroing in on photography, because that is my area of expertise. Photography is at the very junction of creative skills, interpersonal communications, and technology. It's got all three in it. It's got creativity, it's got people skills, and it's got technology, you know? For me personally, I find it so amazing because I can be able to express myself. I've never been able to express myself with painting or writing or drawing. I'm a horrible artist. But put me behind a camera and I can show you something. And photography now is not as technology independent as it was, say, in the 1800s. Back then, photographers used film. You know those little canisters with those like film strips inside that you have to put in the camera, take your pictures, and then run off to the photo lab to get them processed and printed for you. With technology now in the game, it has allowed us to go much farther than that. We now use little chips, or SD cards as we call it. We pop it into our camera, take as many pictures as we want or as our card allows us to, take it out, connect it to our computer, and boom, our pictures are all there. Our computer has turned into a lab. And with software like Photoshop, Elements, all these softwares out now help us to process our images, to edit them, resize, everything we can do in our computer. We can even print it at home. Technology has allowed us to excel so far. It's mind-blowing. Back then, people couldn't just take pictures. Taking pictures was for the upper class. The lower class, the middle class, and the lower class could not afford that kind of luxury. And nowadays, you can just get a point-and-shoot camera. You can even get a DSLR and just take pictures. I started photography probably around 2010 as a hobby, but I was always serious about it. I always felt this connection to it. And it's one of the things that have remained constant in my life, and I just put my heart and soul into it. I think it's an amazing field. You can express yourself so much. You can capture so many memorable moments with just a click of a camera. And I'm still young. I'm still very young, and I still have a lot to learn, and I still have to master the techniques in photography. But you know that is why I'm in university right now, doing my bachelor's in photography, so I can know all of that. Now, some of you are probably wondering, studying photography? That doesn't make sense. I mean, how far can you go with that? I'll tell you how far you can go with that. I'm sure you've all heard of Kanye West and Kim Kardashian and their beautiful little baby North. Well, those three found themselves on the cover of Vogue magazine recently. And do you know what Vogue magazine is? They are one of the major fashion magazines out there. Everybody knows what Vogue is. We use the word Vogue in phrases, like when we take pictures, you say Vogue it up, right? And so they were on the cover of Vogue magazine. Their picture was taken. Who do you think took their picture? Her name is Annie Leibovitz. And if you've never heard of her, I strongly suggest that you check her out. She takes amazing pictures. She's one of my favorite photographers. She's done so much amazing work, and I strongly suggest that you go check her out. By the way, she's a female photographer. I mean, she's done so many amazing things. She's worked with so many celebrities. Did I mention she was a female? Right? And so that is pretty much how far you can go with photography. You can go so far. You can end up working for National Geographic. You can end up working for Fortune 500 companies. You can end up working for Google. And trust me, Google uses photographers. Google uses retouchers, people who can edit. It's amazing how far you can go. You can travel. You can meet so many new people. You can find yourself in amazing places. It can benefit you so much. And I don't mean just pay-wise. But it's mind-blowing. It's having a career in ICT. It's incredible. Careers in ICT are no longer a boys-only field. Ladies, we have to break that glass ceiling. We are in the 21st century and we are no longer limited to secretary jobs. We have the knowledge and power to excel in fields that we want to excel in. I want to encourage all of you to explore the world of ICT. Explore the careers. Find something that you think is so interesting that you can really excel in. If you have the creativity, if you have the tech skills, I say do it instead of settling for less. Because why settle for less when you can settle for Vogue magazine, right? Do you know what a digital tech can make per day? He can make $400 to $500 a day. $400 to $500 a day. If you multiply that by, say, 5 days a week, working 5 days a week, how much do you have there at the end of that week? And if you're saving it and it accumulates, how much money will you have at, say, the end of 2 months? Right? Doesn't that sound appealing? Doesn't that make you want to, go to further lengths to see where you can be the best that you can ever be? If you have a knack for creativity and you love being on the web, looking at designs, why not be a web designer? Why not be a web developer? All of these things. Why not go into video? Why not go into photography? Right? A wedding photographer can make up to $10,000 per wedding. And during wedding season, he can probably have maybe 10 weddings. It's $100,000. I'm not going to say no to that. Personally, I don't like wedding photography. I'm more of a fashion person. I want to be in fashion. I want to be another photographer for Vogue. That's my aspiration. And I want you to find yours. Thank you.